So when you break down muscle, the internal components of the muscle cell are made of actin-myosin, that's protein, which is the majority of the cell, which is why you need so much protein in your diet. But the outer portion is made of fat. Some of it's made from cholesterol fat, some of it's made from saturated fats, but a lot of it is made from what we call essential fatty acids.
I'm Dave Palumbo, founder of Species Nutrition. From my earliest bodybuilding days, I believed in only putting the best in my body, and that lives on in the Species Nutrition line of products. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
Now, we have two other macronutrients that we haven't discussed, fats and protein. Excuse me, fats and carbs. They're both fuel sources, okay, for the body. Which one do we want to use? Now, something needs to be expendable when you're dieting, right? If you want to lose weight, you got to take something out. You're not taking protein out. We spent 20 minutes explaining why you can't remove protein. But you can take out fats or carbs and or both, right? But which is a better option? Well, let's look at fats for a minute, which tend to be vilified. You know, people think of fat as fat, getting fat. And I think they probably should change the term. They probably should say essential, oils or something like that, because I think people equate, dietary fat with white fat on their body that they store, and that's really not a good comparison. And eating fat doesn't really make you fat, because what is the one hormone that causes you to get fat? Insulin. Insulin is the only hormone that can store carbs as fat. It doesn't store fat as fat, but it can store carbs as fat. So it's a fat storage hormone. It's also a muscle building hormone in the sense that it drives nutrients into the muscle cell. But when the muscle cell is filled up, it can store stuff as fat. So you really don't want insulin levels too high while you're dieting in your body, right? Because if they're too high, then you're going to have a propensity to store fat and not burn body fat, okay? So by eating lower carbs, we lower the insulin amount in the body. So we're going to get that. Let's hold that right now. Let's go back to fats. Now, why do we need fats in our diet? Can anyone answer that?
Hormone regulation.
Certain hormones are made by fats, right? Steroidal hormones are made with cholesterol and fats. What? Yeah, brain function, right? The myelin sheaths that surround all the nerves you need fat. Muscle, how about muscle? What surrounds every cell in the body? A cell membrane, and it's made of fat. So when you break down muscle, the internal components of the muscle cell are made of actin-myosin, that's protein, which is the majority of the cell, which is why you need so much protein in your diet. But the outer portion is made of fat. Some of it's made from cholesterol fat, some of it's made from saturated fats, but a lot of it is made from what we call essential fatty acids, omega-3 and omega-6 fats. If you don't take those into your body in adequate amounts, what happens while you're dieting? Well, what does the body sense? The body thinks it's not getting enough fat. And when the body thinks it's not getting something that it needs, what do you think it does? It hoards. So if you don't eat enough dietary fat in your diet that your body needs, your body's going to hoard fat. And if you're a woman, it's going to hoard it right here. And if you're a man, it's going to hoard it right around your waist. So not taking in enough essential fatty acids will do that. Now, the good news is that you don't really need a lot of essential fats in your diet. You probably only need about 6 grams of essential fats per day, coming from omega-3 fats, omega-6 fats. Now, there's good omega-6 and bad omega-6s, but most of us know that the omega-3s that you need are DHA, EPA. That comes from fish oil. Animal sources of omega-3 fats are the only ones that humans should consume. So why is it bad to take in flaxseed oil? Why is flaxseed oil not a good idea? Which was always the standard back in the 90s. Does anyone know? Why is flaxseed not a good source of omega-3 fats? It's high in omega-3s, but what's the problem with it? Nope. That's true, but that's not why the omega-3s in flaxseed is not good. Plant sources, so the parent compound of omega-3 fats is known as alpha-linolenic acid. The way I remember that is ALA, three words, omega-3, okay? Alpha-linolenic acid must be converted to the active metabolites, which are DHA and EPA. You've probably seen those on like a fish oil bottle. If it doesn't convert to those metabolites, okay, then you don't get any benefits from it. Humans, not animals, humans only convert 10% of the alpha-linolenic acid they consume to usable DHA. And they convert all that flaxseed into DHA, EPA, and then you eat the egg yolks, or the whole egg, but it's in the yolks, and you get the benefits of those omega-3s. Likewise, if you eat wild-caught salmon, they eat algae in the ocean. And then they convert that into usable DHA, EPA. We consume the salmon, we get the oil from the salmon, and now we got the benefits of it. So because it's kind of hard to get it in your diet exclusively, I always recommend people take a supplemental form of fish oil. Likewise, a supplemental form of omega-6 fats. Now, there's two types of omega-6 fats. There's gamma-linolenic acid, which is GLA, which you can find in like primrose oil or borage oil. And then there's arachidonic acid, which is in copious amounts in all the meats we eat, the chicken breasts, all the chicken we eat. Anything that is like farm-raised in our country that eats corn has a lot of arachidonic acid. Now, that's a pro-inflammatory fat. That means it promotes inflammation in the body, which is not bad, okay, if you're working out. But you don't want an excessive amount of that because that can cause coronary heart disease. So all those cooking oils and all those, remember, omega-6 fats are very temperature sensitive. So you don't want to heat them up or they lose their health benefits. So when you heat corn oil and sunflower oil, which is what everyone cooks with, they make potato chips out of it, they make popcorn and all the other, fried weird stuff that you eat, fried chicken and all that stuff. They're all using these seed oils. You hear RFK Jr. talking about how bad the seed oils are. Because when you heat them, they turn into very dangerous fats and they're not good for you. So what you want to focus on is getting the gamma-linolenic acid. Hard to get from your diet, easy to get in a supplement form. I made your job real easy of getting the right essential fats. I made a product called Omega-Lyze. Been selling it for over 10 years from Species Nutrition. You take 3 pills twice a day, you get 3 grams of fish oil, you get 2,600 milligrams of evening primrose oil, and as a bonus you get some palmitoleic acid, which is an omega-7 fat, which actually reduces inflammation in the body. So that's something that every single person should take for health benefits and for dieting purposes. This way you don't have to worry about, am I getting enough essential fats? It's very hard. And once again, the benefit is that you don't really need to take a lot of them in. But if you're a woman or a man and you're having trouble losing that last bit of fat and you don't understand why your legs just won't get hard enough or your lower back won't get hard enough, it could be that you're fatty acid deprived, essential fatty acid deprived. And putting in a supplement like that can instantly change around everything that's going on and change your whole life. So these are things that a lot of people just don't know. And that's why it's important to have this science background so now you understand why you need these essential fats, okay, and what they do in the body. Likewise, this essential fatty acid supplement will lower your LDL cholesterol, okay? It'll lower your inflammation in your body. It'll lower your triglyceride levels in your body. So there's a lot of health benefits that, in addition to the bodybuilding physique benefits that we get from that. All right, so now you got your essential fats taken care of. What's another good? So we got 3 categories of fats. I break fats into 3 categories. Saturated fat, which we kind of don't want to take too much in, but we do need some. You get that from red meat, whole eggs, a little bit of chicken. We have second category we just talked about, the polyunsaturated or essential fatty acids. Those are your omega-3s and 6s. And then the third category is your monounsaturated fats, which is your good, heart-healthy fats. These are also the fats that burn really well for fuel. Those are the ones you want to get the most of. And you're not going to take them in a supplement form. You're going to take them with a teaspoon or a tablespoon, or you're going to pour it on your food. Those are your extra virgin olive oil, macadamia oil, which I sell from Species Nutrition, avocado oil. I like macadamia oil the best because number one, it tastes like butter. So if you put it on your food, you're going to love the taste of it. I make my eggs with it. I mix it into my foods. You can even put it in a protein shake if you want to use that as a fat source in there. It also has a very high smoke point, which means you can cook with it. Olive oil burns. You cannot cook with olive oil. If anyone out here is Italian, you know that Italians add olive oil after it's done, after the food is done. They add it for taste. Okay? If they do cook with olive oil, it's cooking olive oil, which is not really olive oil. Extra virgin, you don't cook with. But if you want to cook with macadamia nut oil, you can because it has a high smoke point. That's another reason why I import it. I also import it from South Africa because no one else sells macadamia nut oil. So if you haven't tried the macadamia nut oil, I'm telling you, it'll be your favorite oil once you start using it. I put it on my kids like bagels and toast. They like it. They don't even want butter anymore. They want that. That's how good it tastes. And it's super healthy for you. It burns really efficiently too. And you'll notice when you increase the monounsaturated fats in your diet up to a certain point, of course, you'll start sweating more. You'll see your metabolism start cranking. It stimulates your metabolic rate because a lot of people are very fat deprived, okay?